Welcome back, everybody. I just did a live video on Blackstone's Facebook and I had a choppy internet connection. It really annoyed me because I wanted the vibrant colors of this recipe to come across. So we're gonna try to do a one-take, yikes, video. I'm calling these Firecracker Chicken Skewers with fried rice. Let's give it a try. I'm starting out with some chicken breast tenders. You can see I have these on skewers here, on little bamboo skewers. And this is how I do them. So if you look, you'll see this big old yucky, unsightly tendon at the bottom of the chicken skewer. I lay it out kind of like a Christmas tree shape. It'll be upside down to you. And I guess you don't have to do this, but they just gross me out. So I just cut a little triangle there on the bottom of these, and we're gonna take out just the bottom half of that tendon here. Then I can grab my skewer and kind of twist the stick through there, catching as much of the meat as you can, and you should end up with something that looks like that. So come on over here to the griddle top, Kim. Alrighty, so I have the Blackstone range top combo today. I'm on about medium heat. So it's going to be different for you. You might have a 1-burner griddle, maybe a 17-inch griddle, maybe you have a 4-burner 36-inch griddle with 60,000 BTUs, and you're generating more heat. So you want hot, searing heat. Back over here to the skewers, we are going to go with a mixture of olive oil. This is olive oil and canola oil, okay? Just enough to wet the chicken's whistle, if you will. I thought that was funny. All right, and we're gonna go with salt, pepper, and garlic. So here we go. Simple salt, pepper, garlic. Of course, you could do whatever you want to do on these. You know, if you had a teriyaki seasoning or whatnot, but I want the sweet chili sauce to come out later on and be the star of the show. So salt, pepper, and garlic. I'll just twist these around so we can get salt and pepper on most parts of it. All right, and lastly, the garlic here. If you don't like garlic, just don't use the garlic. But salt, pepper, garlic, a good suggestion, and always going to be my go-to for the kind of cooking that I do. There we go. So now over to the griddle top again, and I'll put down one more layer of the oil. Then we take these skewers. What's nice about doing a skewer on the Blackstone griddle is you don't have that open flame. You know, I used to try to do skewers on an open grated propane grill or an open grated charcoal grill. You get the flare-ups, right? Everything's catching on fire, everything sticks to the grate, you pull it up, they fall out, and it's just hard to work with. But these, look at this. Whew. So easy to deal with. And look at there, you even have a little handle holder there, the edge of your griddle plate. Smell real good, by the way. I immediately smell that garlic. As soon as the garlic hits the griddle top, it's smelling good. There we go. I am surviving the one-take video so far. Sometimes I forget if I'm doing a one-take video. By the way, Kim, my wife, is behind the camera helping me out tonight. And let's see what we can do next to keep it going. Over here, I'm gonna make a little sauce. This is an optional sauce later on, you know, because these are gonna be sweet heat, delicious sugar and chilies in the skewers. And this gives you an option as a nice cooling dip or a little cooling dip to brush on everything. So I'll have some mayonnaise first. I am not one of these people that I'm not obsessed with Duke's mayo. I just happen to have Hellmann's today. I'm probably, you know, Heinz, sorry. I'm probably more of a Hellmann's guy, but I happen to be using Heinz. Apparently, I like my mayonnaise to have an H. So, there we go. And so a little bit of mayo, and then we're gonna come over here, grab a cilantro. Can you see that, hopefully? A little bit of cilantro. Just gonna shave off a little bit, just kind of a tiny little paper thin. There we go. cilantro, mayonnaise. Next, we're gonna go with radish. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. You see that in there? A little bit of radish in our dip, our sauce. I don't know what to call it exactly. And be careful not to shave off your finger. Everybody's done that at one point. If you've done any amount of cooking and talking. Okay, there we go. So we have the radish, and then last but not least, I'm gonna grab a lime over here. Chop the lime into, and squeeze the lime in there. I said last but not least, you can also put a little salt in there, otherwise it could be a little bland. There we go. You'll see that radish immediately bleed into the mayo, and that'll be a delicious little optional sauce at the end. Let's see, come back over here to the chicken, Kim. All right, grab that from you. See if we can get a close-up. There we go. We're already starting to see the magic happen over here. All right, I'm going to neaten up my prep area over here. So I've made skewers before. If you go out to my YouTube channel, Todd Toven on YouTube, I did one this spring where I did a kind of like my take on a yakitori, you know, like a traditional, more kind of traditional teriyaki chicken on a skewer. And those are a lot of fun. Pretty much the same method. Just a bunch of different lights here. Why don't you show them, if you can, I don't know what the lighting's like, Kim, show them what the leaves look like. And I'll go ahead here, and you're gonna watch, this would be something I normally wouldn't show you, but since we're doing one take here, cilantro off the porch. Hopefully you didn't see that. I realized I didn't bring enough cutting boards out with me. So let's come over here to the chicken again. We're just gonna keep monitoring the chicken. If I want to, I can throw these all onto the griddle top, okay? We can do a bunch of things here. I can grab some water if I want to. Grab a little water, put some water on there, build up some steam, and in theory, and I guess in fact as well, expedite the cooking of that chicken. So next up, we're gonna have rice. Now, when I do my rice, my sticky rice, you know, I'm coming back to that. Most people ask me about their rice, and they say, what's the secret to doing good sticky rice or good stir-fry, Chinese, whatever, Asian takeout rice? The secret is you want it to taste good, right? It's really hard to put a criteria, not the criteria, to give you a list of steps. Some people say that you've got to cook your rice, let it cool in the refrigerator overnight, or cook your rice and let it sit out on like a baking sheet, or to cool out before you fry it. But I like to use Uncle Ben's ready rice. Why? Because it's ready. And one of the biggest questions that I receive from people is, it says 90-second microwave. Do you have to microwave it before? And the answer, of course, is no, you don't have to microwave it before, because 90 seconds, of course. So that gives you the idea. This is already done. We're gonna simply finish it. We're gonna fry it on the griddle top. Come back over here. Come in close. You wanna come this side, or you're good over there? There we go. And that's what the chicken is looking like. It's looking really, really good. I'm gonna put this aside like this. Yes, I do have chicken fingers here. I'm gonna wash them up real quick. Okay, so that's aside right here. We're gonna grab some of my olive and canola mixture over here. Now this rice comes, it's sort of like solidified in the package. So I just kind of knead it up a little bit. Sometimes, depending on how hot your griddle is, the rice will jump. When we did the live video today, the rice literally sprung up and was hitting us. There we go, you can see it jumping. See that? So that's our rice over there. Why don't you focus in on that for a second, and I can grab the things that I forgot. Of course, you caught me without my spatula. how on earth could I forget my spatula? Well, when you're doing these live to tape, these one-take videos, boy, you've got to have every last thing. Even if it's a napkin that you need, if you don't have it, you are going to know it. So, there you go. And of course, you can oil that more as you need. You could be using sesame oil for that, avocado oil, rice oil, whatever you want to use. Okay, let's come back to the chicken over here. You can see it's looking good. Parts of it are still translucent. You know, the outside has a nice sear on it, but we want it to look good all the way through. So we're just going to keep that cooking. And we're not going to use those today. No, we're not. Sorry, I was having a conversation with my wife there. When I did this live, I was going to use sesame seeds, but then I forgot it. And then after the fact, we agreed that it didn't even need sesame seeds, so we're not going to do those. All right. There's that rice. You can see that looking beautiful, beautiful, beautiful fried rice. So if you don't mind spending a couple extra bucks, of course, you're not going to get the same amount of volume. Just go with the Uncle Ben's Ready Rice. It is griddle approved. Like if I could take off the Uncle Ben's name, I guess, and write Blackstone on it, I would do it. That is the stuff to use. Otherwise, you have to cook your rice, you know, and people ask about cooking rice. Otherwise, they say, you know, can you cook rice, or like raw rice on the griddle top? And of course, the answer is no. You need water. You know, it needs to absorb water and puff up, and so a stock pot, some kind of a kettle, a rice cooker, or something like that. Otherwise, just buy Uncle Ben's Ready Rice. Check it out. New flannel shirt today. We're getting cold weather here in Colorado. Colder. We've been getting fair weather for the last 5 months or so, and so it's finally getting a little more chilly, and I love it. Okay, the battery stopped. I think our battery got a little too warm there. So there we go. That's gonna be our finished product here, and Kim can get a picture of me, hopefully getting a picture of it, hopefully with it not without a lot of fanfare here, because I'm trying to be quick today and make this a fun video. Yeah, and I think we're achieving it right now. Hold on. There's too much cilantro sticking out there. Yeah, I need somewhere to set this. Here we go. That is looking, I think we gotta move that one over here like so. There we go. That is hopefully gonna give the viewer a good idea of how delicious this is. So here we go. This would be a great time to drop this, right? Take a look at that. Now, given the full disclosure, I already know what I'm getting into. We cooked this for a live video an hour ago. It was delicious. And you know me, this is the star of the show right here, but I've got to go in for some of the rice, because if I'm having something that has pasta or rice, I don't know, I just grew up loving pasta and rice. So I got to go in there first for some of that. Giving it a try. Perfect plain, but I liked it with just that little bit of ribbon of firecracker sauce on top. Let me grab a drink here. I've been talking for 20 minutes or whatever, so need to cleanse my palate. A little good on there? Mm-hmm. Look at that, folks. And I'll show you how to clean this unsightly griddle top here in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Careful not to poke yourself. So good. You see that? Mm-hmm. So good. See that steam coming out? Man. Go higa. I'm still chewing here. Now come to the griddle pot. Over here. You'll see we have a huge mess. That is ash. That's what happens when you breathe the chili pepper in really deeply and you're doing a live to tape video. So you have that burned sugar turned to ash. There's some just regular burnt sugar there. You're gonna grab your griddle scraper. I'm gonna recommend something that has a sharp edge like this. Okay, this might, if you want to do this correctly, might take you a minute or so, and you're gonna get all that stuff off your griddle top, like so. You're not gonna dig into your griddle. This isn't a stainless steel restaurant griddle, so we don't dig in there. We're not gonna go in there and ruin all of our seasoning and get that off the griddle top. Okay, so essentially, that is pretty darn clean at this point. Now you might have a little more sugar on there, or you have a lot of sugar. Just grab some water like so. And I guess this would be like our version of deglazing a skillet. See this? When you get in there, and just get the rest of that sugary residue off into the grease cup like so. I like the longer handled scraper. Makes it a little more difficult for you to burn yourself. Then just grab some paper towels. You might want to wear like heat resistant gloves so you don't burn yourself, because I certainly have slipped before. You want to get all those crumbs off there like so. And then what I would do is I would just grab my cooking oil, in this case the mixture of olive and canola, grab a couple more paper towels and wipe it in. So when I'm starting cooking, when I'm finishing cooking, I always like to have that, just a nice shiny griddle top glistening with oil. So there we go. That's how easy it is, and it felt good to bring you this video today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Calling these Firecracker Chicken Skewers with fried rice. So until next time, everybody, thank you for watching. Make sure you're checking us out at blackstoneproducts.com. That's going to be your portal for everything Blackstone. Stay tuned. We have a fun and exciting winter ahead. Until next time, this is Todd saying praise the Lord and pass the Firecracker Chicken Skewers with fried rice.